Hey guys, welcome to our video, and today we're going to be going over 3 Titanic misconceptions, the popular ones. And yes, I have returned, finally. But yeah, that was a 1 month long break, and yeah, sorry if my eyes look a little weird, I just woke up. But yeah, here we go. So, oh yeah, and another thing, my camera looks very high quality. I don't know why. Maybe because I haven't seen it in a long time, and that light makes it glow. Alright, here we go. So, the first is, if the Titanic had enough lifeboats, would it have saved everybody on board? No. In 101 Things You Thought You Knew About the Titanic by Tim Malton, it states that if the Titanic had carried enough lifeboats, she would also have to carry tons more trained deck crew to man and lower those lifeboats. And after all, the crew barely even lowered the ones they had in the first place. So yeah. So here's just a few things debunking that. So number 1, she had a lifeboat capacity for 1,178 people, or about 1/3 of her total capacity of 3,327. So only 1/3 of the ship would be able to get off if the Titanic was fully loaded. So she would also have to carry at least 48 lifeboats to accommodate everybody on board. That would mean the entire boat deck would be lined in well in davits, and 2 lifeboats would be on every single davit. So it would basically look like the Olympic after her 1913 refits. Also, most ships when sinking list heavily to one side, like the Empress of Ireland. Unlike the Titanic, which went down basically straight. It had a little list and everything, but it went down mostly straight. If the Titanic listed to one side during the sinking, she would have to carry enough lifeboats for every passenger on either side of the ship. So that would mean carrying about 96 lifeboats in total, with 48 on either side of the ship. That is insane. That would mean the entire boat deck would be lined in well in davits, with at least 4 boats on a davit. That is incredible. This would not only cause the ship to have extreme imbalance, but also look very ugly and block the view for anybody. So, it of course would look very ugly and block the view for anybody out on deck, but it would probably capsize the ship as well. So, the next popular misconception is number 2. So, Mr. Ismay was useless during the sinking, and Mr. Andrews was looking at a painting in the first-class lounge at the very end. That is false. So, no. The 2 of them were heroic until the very end. During the sinking, Mr. Ismay was going around helping passengers get to higher decks and persuading women to get into lifeboats. Some women would have never gotten into a boat if it were not for Ismay. So he really was helping. Although Ismay did freak out and yell for the boats to be lowered, but 5th Officer Lowe stopped him. He also did get into the last lifeboat properly lowered from the starboard side, which was collapsible boat C. The reason his reputation was ruined was because Archibald Gracie, another first-class passenger, did not like Ismay and decided to tell the news he was a coward. The news picked that up and published the paper. From then on, most people called him a coward, but he was actually a hero. So yeah, he was called a coward because he left his ship and it was sinking. So apparently it's not what you do. So as for Mr. Andrews, he also did basically the same thing as Ismay during the sinking, but he was a bit more professional. A misconception of them stems from a scene in James Cameron's 1997 film Titanic, and the scene depicts Rose and Jack stumbling across Andrews in the first-class lounge while he is staring at a painting and adjusting a clock. As the bridge is flooding, the camera jumps back to Andrews, still in the lounge. This entire thing is wrong. So, according to survivor accounts, he was either helping people board the last lifeboats, collapsible boats A or B, or he was seen smoking a cigarette on the bridge with Captain Smith moments before the bridge began flooding and he was swept away. So, yes. And the final misconception, number 3, if the Californian had acknowledged the Titanic's distress rockets and came to the rescue, everybody could have been saved. No, this is false and improbable. To start off, the Californian did see Titanic's distress signals, and the reason they did not come is because of multiple reasons, and these are those reasons. Number 1, on that night, there was a false horizon, which distorted things far away. It kind of showed the Earth's curvature, so you couldn't really see stuff. It looked lower on the horizon. When the Titanic sent up distress rockets, they appeared to be too low to be distress rockets for the Californian because of the curvature of the Earth. And this is why Captain Lord did not go toward the Titanic. Also, when the Titanic tried signaling the Californian with her Morse lamp, the Californian could not see it due to the false horizon. It was like tucked below the Earth's curvature, so you could not see the Morse lamp. You could not see each other's Morse lamps, which also meant the Titanic could not see the Californian's Morse lamp. And the second reason, the Californian's wireless operator, Cyril Evans, had also gone to sleep that night after a 16-hour radio watch. When Captain Lord of the Californian was told a steamer to the south of them was spotted, he asked the wireless operator what ships were in wireless range. When he said only the Titanic, Lord dismissed the steamer as a sailing yacht because it looks too small to be the Titanic. He dismissed it as a 400-foot ship 5 miles away, when in reality it was like a 900-foot ship, like 10 miles away, because of the false horizon. So that is why the California did not come to Titanic's rescue. Also, there are many more problems with this, and here they are. So number 1, the California was a cargo ship. So even if she did come to Titanic's rescue, she would still not have enough space for thousands of extra passengers. And also, even if the California did have enough space, she would still not have enough food and fresh water to accommodate 2,200 passengers and crew. She had like 50-something crew, like she had barely any crew. I doubt 50 crew, but she had barely any crew, which would mean she would not be able to accommodate 2,200 passengers. It's insane. So yeah, that's this video, guys. I hope to see you guys in the next video. But yeah, I've been making a lot more videos lately, and if you want, you can go follow my Instagram, follow my Twitter, and goodbye.